Well, the current education system works well for many people, but we all know that 50% of all students who enroll in college will drop out. What we really need to focus on is how do we break education, the core skills that people need. The majority of students enrolled in college have a full-time job. They have a life, they have lots of things going on. And so breaking education down into pieces ensures that when people go through education, they're getting the skills they need along the way.
We have 10 million people that are currently unemployed. We have 6 million people that are underemployed. And at the same time, we have 15 million job openings that employers have a hard time filling. So what's pretty evident is the education system is not teaching people the correct skills to actually fill those jobs. And one of the reasons that they don't have the right skill sets is the fact that the system is extremely rigid. In other words, you have two chances. Either you get a 2-year degree or you get a 4-year degree. And everything else is looked down upon. Everything else is not really promoted as a proper education. So we have to make the education system a lot more flexible and accessible to students.
So we have to reinvent a system where at the core we acknowledge that all learners are not the same. And learners come to our education system wanting different outcomes, wanting to achieve different goals. And so what we have to do is really get to the point where we are saying, you are an individual learner. What is it that you want to get out of our education system?
So at Cengage, we've really focused building a platform that addresses the general foundation of education. Learning a topic, practicing and experiencing that topic, and then assessing where you are through a collection of topics. And so building that robust framework allows us to go into almost any type of learning, from vocational learning all the way up into macroeconomics, chemistry, math. And so with this very extensible platform, we can easily go into any emerging market that's around learning new concepts.
So in essence, we have 4 core markets. It starts with high school. We are focused on giving people the necessary skills to either be successful in their college career or to already start a career, and we call it the college or career readiness programs that we have. Then as we move on to higher education, we are serving the traditional college market, and we are allowing people through our content and through our technology to be successful in college and actually complete their college degree. And then thirdly, we're focusing on workforce skills. In other words, that is an alternative to your traditional college degree. You might want to earn a certificate. That is not necessarily a college degree, but that allows you to actually get the skill sets required for the many jobs that employers are trying to fill. And then last but by no means least, we're focusing on the English language as an important tool for people to actually have a career. It opens opportunities for them to work for companies, global companies in many respects, that require English language as a necessary prerequisite for getting a job.
You know, as we were bringing digital solutions to the market, we spent a lot of time with a lot of students, and when we talk to them about how they acquire content, they don't buy records like I did. They don't buy CDs. They subscribe to Spotify. They don't have to choose what music they want ahead of time. They just subscribe to a service and they have access to everything.
So we introduced a new model, which is much more like Netflix-like model, where you acquire all of the material you need. Like you watch Netflix, you don't just acquire one movie, but you acquire all the materials you need for one simple price. And in 3 years, we served over 3 million students and saved them over $270 million.
College is hard, and the cost of attendance really doesn't make it any easier. There's plenty of students like myself that have to work part-time jobs or even full-time jobs to get through school. And I really believe that Cengage makes it a point to keep in mind affordability without diminishing the quality of the content that we get online.
I think I benefited from Cengage by being able to work full-time and still continue my education. Cengage definitely helped me to skip over the student debt factor that a lot of people have to worry about. I could still be making money while I was in school. I didn't have to cut back my hours to go to classes or anything like that. And I could always go back and look at my entire lecture, which you can't do in a class.
For example, I can go home and rewatch a lecture video as many times as I want to understand what my professor, is trying to get across. The digital tools overall really give me the power to do things on my own terms.
I was able to finish in 6 months instead of 2 to 4 years, and I also was able to increase my earning potential by getting a raise during my yearly evaluation at my job that I had.
I am really inspired by Cengage's vision to really transform our system, our education system, so that it is preparing all learners for career success. I am inspired by Cengage's vision to become a next generation education technology provider, and I am inspired by the fact that Cengage holds itself accountable for student success.
People at Cengage are very focused on the experience of the student and what our products do to give the student a better experience, a better return on investment, and make learning more affordable and more accessible. And this is what drives our execution. And our culture is embedded in a word or in a statement that we have made, which is called the credo. This is what we believe in, and it starts with a simple sentence: we believe in the power and joy of learning. And that guides a lot of the actions of over 4,500 people in the Cengage organization.